in your meeting room to really kind of allow us to collaborate effectively. So Lewis will obviously take you through the products of how Logitech can support you with that moving forwards. But yeah, just a few figures here to kind of really take note of is that, as I said, 73% of workers they want flexible remote work. Employees are almost demanding it these days. And I guess the advantage for the workforce is that you can actually attract employees from further afield. So, you don't have to be within that 30-mile radius of the office to start applying for those jobs. You can essentially work from anywhere, which is obviously the advantages of hybrid work. And obviously 6 times investment by 2025 is kind of what we're expecting to see. So there are obviously a lot of workforces are now going through this digital transformation to make sure all of their meeting rooms are fully equipped for this collaborative hybrid work. So yeah, it's definitely a great area to be involved in, and certainly something we can help support with at Maverick, and obviously with Logitech as well. Lewis, if you go to the next slide. So as emphasised, hybrid meetings are the new normal. Certainly pre-pandemic, everyone in the office was seen to have the advantage. Obviously you had everything to hand, everything was there. We all gone to the days of the kind of the spider phone in the middle of the table where you'd have people joining remotely, but they kind of never really felt part of that particular meeting. Certainly being in the office had a much more advantage over the people joining remotely. Obviously during the pandemic, that playing field was completely leveled. We've all become accustomed to the mugshot look that you can probably see us here today. So it's moving forward, how do we create that same equality that we've all become used to over the last 2 years, regardless of whether we're in the office or whether we're joining remotely. And as I said, the technologies that Lewis will show you shortly will really emphasize how Logitech can support your business to make this transition into this kind of digital world. So Lewis, next slide, please. So you may have hopefully seen some kind of new layouts from Microsoft. So front row is obviously a huge talking point at the moment from Microsoft. This is really kind of putting an emphasis on the design and the acoustics of the room to really make sure you're getting the most out of these particular kind of layouts. The idea is that the camera is at eye level, so it's easier to interact with those remote participants. You've probably seen images before or been on calls before where the camera might be to the side, or you kind of get in the side profile of particular people that have joined remotely. So getting that camera in the right position really does put emphasis on the room design. And obviously things like dual display, having the participants again at eye level along the bottom of the screen, things like chat on the right hand side. Previously, when you started sharing content in the meeting room, you'd lose that chat functionality, so you might not be able to keep up to date with obviously all the remote participants that have joined that may be chatting in the chat online. So again, having that at the forefront of the screen, allowing you to keep up with the remote participants, again, just allowing that meeting room equity regardless if you're in the office or joining remotely. And then even things like on the left hand side would be of the display would be things like raising your hand. So people that have raised their hands remotely, they'll put it in order of who's actually raised their hands first, so you know exactly who to go to first, or even having things like the agenda on the left hand side. Again, just everything there in front of you that everyone can see, just really trying to make the meeting as inclusive as possible. Lewis, if you go to the next slide. And in terms of kind of the large style of meeting rooms, there's obviously a real emphasis on understanding what your customers are trying to get out of that particular meeting room. Is it a simple case that they're just doing meet and present, which is obviously what we're doing here today, or are they going to be using that particular meeting for a much more collaborative style of work? They're all working on the same document, they're all working together in unison. So that's where things like the Logitech Scribe, which again Lewis will go into, but for all the participants that still like the analog whiteboard, things like the Logitech Scribe can really kind of enhance that and bring that into the meeting room. Again, allowing people that are both in the office and join remotely to be able to see what's going on that particular whiteboard, kind of really brings out the meeting room experience. So again, the technologies that we're seeing from Logitech are really kind of enhancing the meeting room experience. Next slide. And then just to kind of finish up from my point of view, you know, kind of why Microsoft Teams rooms with Logitech. Obviously, we've hopefully all using Microsoft Teams from a personal perspective. You know, it's very inclusive. It's not just for the meeting room experience. You can obviously use it before the meeting, but after the meeting. It's a very useful collaborative tool that obviously has the video conferencing capability. It's obviously easy to use for all with things like one touch join. You know, it's the same experience whether it's a small meeting room all the way up to a large, maybe even town hall style of meeting room. With the Logitech tap controller, it would obviously highlight what particular meetings are coming up, and then as you enter the room, the one touch join, it fires everything up that's in the meeting room, and away you go. Obviously with the Logitech kit that they've brought to market, it's very flexible. They have a wide range of solutions that will fit any particular space. And obviously having that kind of Microsoft certification, you know what you're getting. It's secured by the design, it's reliable, and obviously it has all the Microsoft analytics in the background. So yeah, I'll pass over to Lewis, who will hopefully go through kind of the products in more detail. But yeah, if there's any questions off the back of this, please feel free to reach out to myself. And Lewis, I'll pass over to you.
Cheers, Tom. So I'll jump over to the next slide. Right, so hopefully that sets the scene a little bit around Microsoft Teams, what's happening in that environment at the moment, and how Microsoft Teams are viewing the current situation in the market right now. And I'll try and give you a quick overview of how Logitech are viewing that, how they're supporting within the market, and what areas we're seeing at the moment. So this gives you a nice snapshot of all the different sort of working environments with Logitech products within them, right? So you've got your home worker, there's products around education, in the office, and meeting rooms. So, you know, we're seeing that no matter where you are at the moment with hybrid working, you need to be ready to take a meeting. To say, like, you're going to see a customer and you just need that, you know, you need your quick headset and webcam to jump on that call to give you a better experience while you're talking to your colleagues, and actually being collaborative in those meetings as well. So with the Scribe, bringing that in to make sure that the person on the other end can see what content you're creating or sharing within that room. So that gives you a nice snapshot of the areas, but I'll go into those in more detail now. And then, yeah, any questions, let me know. So starting off with the Logitech Tap, which is basically the meeting room controller. Nice and easy to walk into the room, one touch join into the meeting, and away you go. The best thing about that obviously is the familiarity with Microsoft Teams. Everyone uses it on their laptops at the moment, and you have that calendar displaying what meetings are going on in that room. So you're literally able, or your customer's able, to walk into that room, click a button, join the meeting, and they don't need to bring anything into there either. So it's nice and easy and smooth to get into that meeting, and away you go. And obviously then expanding out onto that opportunity with the VC equipment as well. And at the moment we've only there's the Tap Cat 5e, so one connection. It used to have a power cable and a USB, but now it's one nice easy Cat 5e connection through into the meeting room. So that could be the PC or the rally bar. So nice and easy to cable as well. Then moving on to the Tap IP as well, which I'm quite excited for in terms of Microsoft Teams. It is only available on Zoom at the moment, but this is a nice PoE option really, so you don't have to then cable the Tap controller under the floor. It's nice and easy. You plug it into the network and it will link up to the room system. So we're hearing, I mean, it is coming soon, but hopefully in the next month or so we'll see that, and that will allow us to, it allows you to have an easier installation right within those rooms for your customers. So removing complexity within that meeting room, I guess. So this is a quick snapshot of the VC range. I think a lot of people are familiar with these products. You've got the Meet Up to the left for a small room, the Rally system all the way up to the Rally Plus. And these are the Teams rooms on Windows, right? So you've got a dedicated Nook running that room. It will run the Microsoft Teams platform, run your calendar, and then you've got the Tap as the interface for that room. So they're sort of the legacy products from Logitech. again, with the Rally Plus, nice and easy to scale up. You can put up to 7 mic pods on there. So if you wanted to look at bigger rooms, the Rally Plus is capable of doing so. And, you know, we look at sort of Windows as a nice stable option as well. A lot of people or a lot of customers have a whole Windows environment, and they sort of prefer having that Windows option there to then build in security, things like that to it. So they're the sort of legacy products from Logitech, but still available. But I'll move on to sort of the next gen product now, which is the Rally Bar. So the Rally Bar Mini has the same, well, the Rally Bar Mini is sort of an upgrade from the Meetup, right? So it has a built-in Android PC, an AI camera for speaker tracking and room framing, and essentially it removes the need to have that dedicated PC within the room because it will do it from the Rally Bar. So essentially you could boot up your Rally Bar Mini, Rally Bar. It will ask you what platform you want to use. You then log into your Microsoft Teams account, and then from there you've sort of got a room set up straight away, and it's providing that better experience, I guess, within that room, and it's nice and easy to install for the customers. So you can mount up to 4 mic pods with the Rally Bar as well, which is a new update. And then it's got, now with Right Side 2, which was a recent update, it actually has speaker tracking there. So you can see on the picture on the right, you've got sort of a wide angle view from the AI camera, which is the little dot on the left of it. And then you've got a speaker tracking view as well. So as people are talking, it'll adjust to go to that person that's speaking, and that creates a better experience for the person on the other end of the call. They actually feel like they're face to face with that person almost. They can see what's going on in that room rather than a massive wide angle view of the whole room where you can only see that much of someone's face. You're actually able to see who's speaking and collaborate with them a lot better. So the Rally Bars, again, the new and the next gen product, I guess, from Logitech. So you've got the Rally Bar Mini for the small room, Rally Bar Medium, and the Rally Plus is still in the large. But again, just a nice, easy setup. All you need is a Rally Bar and a tap to have your meeting room, and you can scale that out as well to your customers. On the large room side as well, you can see the little white box there. That is the Roommate, which has the same Android PC built into it as the Rally Bars. So the Rally Plus doesn't have that built in, but there is an external PC that you can do, or you can add to your room to make that sort of a larger scaled up room on Android. The good thing about the Android version as well is everything's manageable through Logitech Sync. So you've got one easy platform to view all of your customers' devices, or your customer to view all their devices as well. I'll move on to the next slide. So then we look at Windows versus Android. We spoke around Windows, we spoke about around Android, but which one's the best option for your customer? And that's the question you want to ask, really, is what do they want out of their meeting room? The Windows option has earlier access to new features, so there might be a few features that you miss out on by going on Android. One of them was sort of direct guest join with Zoom, which has just come out on Android. But again, as they roll out more features, we know that Android will always be a little bit more behind. And then you've got with the Windows option flexibility with various different audio video components. So you can actually add on, with the Windows option, you can add on more cameras if needed on that large option. And it's secure and familiar option as well. So moving on to the Android side, all in one product, right? So you just got the Rally Bar, you got the tap, you can manage that through Logitech Sync. It is becoming more like for like with Android. I don't think there's really any features now on the Android option that you're missing out on by going to Windows, but there may be more features on the Windows side which you miss out on by going to Android. You can remotely enable Android as well, so through that sync platform, and then nice and easy to scale up as well. The only feature that isn't available on Android at the moment I can think of is Front Row, which is coming soon. So as we spoke about Front Row earlier, that is only available on Windows at the moment. So that's one to note if you're looking at a Front Row room. Definitely go for the Windows option at the moment, or wait for that update. And that is it on that stuff. So that's Windows versus Android. So I guess the next part would be sort of you know, you've got an opportunity with your customer, you've built out that room solution, but how do you take that further, and how do you sort of scale up and make that opportunity bigger for you and your customer? So there's a lot of add-on products from Logitech as well. So you've got the Logitech Swytch, which allows you to join any meeting on any platform. So if you've bought a Microsoft Teams room and you've deployed that for your customer, what about if they want to join a Google Meet meeting or a Zoom meeting? You can do direct guest join on Zoom, but the Swytch allows you to basically walk into that room and plug your laptop in and have the room system act as your webcam almost. So, you know, I know that we have a lot of meetings in tech data where we need to join different platforms like WebEx, Google, Pexip, any of the above really. And this basically reverts that room back to bring your own device. So you're routing straight into the Rally Bar or straight into the Rally Plus, and using your laptop as the compute on that bit. And then moving on, you've got the task scheduler as well, which is a room booking device that sits outside of the room. So again, you spoke about your meeting room inside, but how do you scale that up? And the task scheduler is allowing you to basically see whether a room is busy or available and see what meetings are going on in that room. So you're able to almost walk down the corridor and see, okay, that room is free, I'm going to jump in there, book it now, and have a quick ad hoc meeting, I guess, within that meeting room. And as we spoke about earlier, the Logitech Scribe. So this is another nice add-on to a meeting room. I know these days a lot of meeting rooms have those analog whiteboards already sat in them. So to basically scale up on that opportunity, why not add the Logitech Scribe? They've already got their VC equipment in there, but what if they need to sort of quickly draw something on the whiteboard? You can literally broadcast whatever you're writing on that whiteboard by one tap on that button on the left. So you can literally broadcast that in, and then the people on the other end of the call can sort of collaborate with whatever's going on in that room. It'll also pick up sticky notes, different colours, things like that. And as you're writing on the whiteboard, it will actually sort of get rid of the person in front of it. So yeah, it removes the presenter from that and literally broadcasts all the content in there nice and bright into the meeting room. So again, just another product to add on to that opportunity. And then we move on to the vast range of accessories that Logitech have for all of the meeting room devices. So rally mic boards, mounting kits, tap mounting, etc., etc. So there's you can go for a full Logitech solution really, and not have to go to other vendors for products. There's a full range of accessories with Logitech. And one note on this as well, that only the white whiteboards are ceiling mountable really, because they're Pelium rated, I think. So just a note, if you're looking to see them out, only go for the white ones at the moment. Cool. So that is the meeting room opportunity, and hopefully that that shows how you can expand on the opportunity and what Logitech are doing with their VC range. But I wanted to talk quickly about the other end of the call really. So obviously your customers might have they've kitted out all their meeting rooms, but what about their hybrid workers, people that work from home? I know these days we're only required to come in 2 days a week. So actually, you've got a good experience within that meeting room. People can hear you on the other end. But what about the person at home who has their webcam, their laptop webcam, mic, and they've got the dog barking in the background and everything? So how does that person get seen and heard within that meeting? And this is another way to sort of expand on that opportunity, right? As I said, we talked about the VC meeting room, but for your customer, let's make the experience for their employees the same at home. So this is the full range of Logitech personal devices. So you've got the Brio on the left, all the way up to the C505E. So the Brio is the premium high quality 4K webcam, right down to the C505E, which is 720p. So again, you've got an option to choose from, whether you want to go premium or standard, and they'll all provide that better quality than the meeting room. within your meeting even, sorry. And then personal audio, you've got the Zone headset, so the Zone earbuds, the Zone wireless, the Zone headset as well. So two nice options for that home worker. I guess you've all seen the Logi Dock as well. If you haven't, I'm going to play a short video. But this is another product just quite new from Logitech as well. It shows, I'll play a video to give you a bit more information around what that does. Just going to, here we go. Right.
With so many businesses transitioning to a hybrid workforce and an increasing percentage of remote employees, we've seen a huge shift in the way people live and work over the past few years. From headsets and webcams to mice and keyboards, Logitech has long supported remote workers with user-centric, high-quality desktop peripherals. With our latest innovation in personal collaboration, we're focused on empowering distributed teams to collaborate without compromise. Logi Dock is our new all-in-one docking station that simplifies your workspace and dramatically improves the work-from-home experience. With a single connection point for all of your desktop peripherals, effortless meeting controls, powerful speakers for calls and music, and compatibility with leading video conferencing services, we designed Logi Dock to make your workspace work smarter.
From excess wires to dongles and chargers, cluttered desktop can be a real pain point for remote workers. We created Logi Dock to help solve this problem. Logi Dock connects your Zone wireless headset and earbuds and up to 5 USB peripherals. You can even connect up to 2 monitors and charge your laptop up to 100 watts. With fewer cords and dongles and less visual clutter, Logi Dock makes room for cleaner workspace and better workdays.
As video meetings become part of our daily work routine, we find ourselves spending more and more time looking for meeting IDs and links. Logi Dock fully integrates with your calendar with Logi Tune and uses intelligent lighting cues so you know when a meeting is starting. Easy to reach buttons mean you can join, mute, and turn video on and off, all with just one touch. And since Logi Dock seamlessly integrates with the video conferencing services you already use, it makes joining meetings super easy.
For people who want to go headset-free, Logi Dock features an enterprise-grade speakerphone with adaptive beamforming mics and background noise suppression so you can hear and be heard loud and clear. And for when you want to listen to music between your calls, Logi Dock speakers give you powerful, immersive sound you can feel.
Logi Dock is remarkably simple to use, manage, and scale for individuals and teams, because we believe that when it's easier to join a meeting, organize your workspace, or work remotely, it's easier to have a happier, healthier, and more productive way of living and working together.
There we go. So hopefully that shows a little bit around Logi Dock. Again, just a nice easy device for your meetings, and it will flash up, as it said in the video, when you have your meeting up and coming. So, you know, if you're sort of executive or on the board, and you've got sort of your own office there and you're in back-to-back meetings all day, it will just give you that that notification that you've got a meeting coming up, and you can literally press one button and join that meeting, and you can obviously then plug in all your peripherals through that one device as well. And then that's sort of the whole opportunity around the personal, so the desk, the personal devices, and the meeting room. But I just wanted to talk quickly around Logitech Sync as well. So Sync is the management platform, as I highlighted earlier, for Logitech, and it allows you or your customer to see all of their devices and all of their rooms through one nice, easy platform, and it'll highlight whether they've got any updates that need doing on their meeting rooms, if there's sort of a mic pod unplugged, you know, if how the meeting room is being used as well. And you can run all those updates through that platform and time them if you wanted to do it while people are out of the office. So as the reseller, you can manage a customer's network or meeting rooms yourself, or you can allow the customer to do it. but it allows you to sort of get instant notifications of how that meeting room is being worked and whether it needs updates, etc., etc. And you can also now manage the personal devices there as well. So it could allow an IT IT team essentially to go in and see how their webcams and headsets are being used, whether they need updates, etc., and they can run it through there as well. So allowing that customer to manage their whole Logitech network through Logitech Sync. So Logitech Sync is free for the update side and the room monitoring and everything, but there are some there's 3 different tiers of Logitech Sync as well. So there's Sync Plus, which allows you to get more insights on that meeting room, so how it's being used. Basically, you can see whether a room is being overused, and you maybe need to free up another room somewhere else to make sure that meeting room's not having 20 people in it when it's only a 10-person room, or maybe just re-educating your team around how that meeting room should be used. And then you've got an uplift on Sync as well, which is Logitech Select, which is basically a 24/7 level of support with 1 hour response time for that customer. So if they've got, well, it removes downtime for their meeting rooms, right, and allows them to get basically next business day replacements if a product is broken. So you can actually, again, as well, log a ticket through Logitech Sync Plus to say if one of the rooms is down or the cameras needs replacing. And then just a final piece on Logitech and Microsoft. There is a program running at the moment which allows you to get 2 free rooms with Logitech and Microsoft Teams. So this is only for 20+ room opportunities, but again, it is available. So if you need to escalate or to allow the customer to see the products first, they can actually get 2 rooms for free to go and try it out. And hopefully then that should bring the order in a little bit quicker as well. The only caveat around that really is, again, 20+ rooms, but you need to be willing to work with Logitech, the Logitech account manager and everything as well on that opportunity. And then, you can get those 2 rooms for free. So that is everything for now. I'll move on and I'll open it up to any questions if anyone has any.
Thanks, Lewis. There has been a couple of questions in the Q&A, which, if possible, put to yourself, Alice. First question is around the Logitech Swytch. So do you know if there are any changes coming up on that to change it over to a Cat5 cable rather than running the USB cable to display hub?
No, so there's no planned changes to that product currently. But if you have a specific requirement related to Swytch, and you're looking to kind of make it work in a slightly different way, if you get in touch with us, we can get one of our solutions engineers to look at what you're trying to do in that room and see if they've got any recommendations of how we could maybe adapt the solution to work.
Perfect. Next question is around Logitech Sync, I believe. So are there any other kind of integrations like webhooks or kind of an open REST API? I'm not sure what other products it integrates with.
So APIs are open. So whilst I don't know of any current planned integrations for anything else other than ServiceNow, there are opportunities there. So if, for example, you work with a different service provider and you want to kind of build something collaboratively for your customer using Logitech Sync, then again, reach out to us and we can look into it and we can put that to our development team.
Perfect.
I can see another one. Do you want me to answer the next one?
Yeah, go on. Sorry, you beat me to it.
So HDMI content ingest does work with Android versions, but not just yet for audio. So it's working for content, and we're just kind of waiting on the latest release from Microsoft to get the audio working, which I believe is imminent. If it might not have happened already, but we can maybe get back to you with a more specific answer. I've just been on leave for 2 weeks, so who knows what's happened.
Is that everything in the chat then?
Yeah,
That's a
that's all the chat questions.
I'll just add a quick one for you, Alice, as well, if that's okay. So on the POC program, where you
Yeah.
get 2 rooms for free, how would a customer sort of apply for that? In terms
So the best thing for them to do is to reach out to us, and whether that's, you know, they deal reg the opportunity through our portal, and then we will make a recommendation of whether we think that customer is suitable for the Microsoft POC program. At that point, we would usually join a call with the customer to kind of talk to them in a little bit more detail about the program, to understand their requirements a little bit better. And we would probably need to involve one of our solutions engineers as well to make sure that things like their network are ready, that they've got the licenses needed. One of the things that people sometimes don't realize with the proof of concept scheme is it includes everything. It includes all the hardware you would need for the room, but it doesn't include the Teams room licenses. So you would need to arrange that with Microsoft separately, but we can make those introductions and help where needed with that.
Cool.
So yeah, any opportunities that you've got where you think, you know, this could be a good one, and you've got a customer who's looking to run a POC, just get in touch and we can help and talk you through the process.
Lovely, thank you. I think that's everything. So we'll wrap up now. Thank you everyone for joining. If you have any questions following up from this, please get in touch. There'll be a couple of questions to answer as well, which I'll send around. And you have the chance to win a £250 voucher. So please get onto that as well. And if you haven't already, sign up to Logitech partner portal, so you can do the deal registers. There's also a bit of training in there, which goes a bit more in depth. So let me know if you need the link for that. And that is it. So thank you all for joining. We'll end the call. Lovely.